this thing on? Oh my god. Oh, okay, come on, Stream Health. You can do it. Stream Health? Okay. Yeah, that's my new notification sound. um, we're going to be playing a new game this time. Hold on, let me test this. Okay, I'm audible. Stream health is good. Let's post this and oh god, I'm congested. Okay, I'm just gonna like post this in a bunch of Discord servers. I'm sorry. Okay, now let's start the game. Oh, hold on. There we go. Now this is a German game. We can either play it in German or English. I don't know German, so let's play this in English. Alright, Beyond the Edge of Owlsgard, a brand new adventure game that came out December 23rd of last year, or last month. I backed this game and I got the special edition, which means we can do commentary.
Hello and welcome to the behind-the-scenes mode
but
of
I'm not going to
Edge
do
of
it much.
Owlsgard.
I'm not going
A
to do it
game
at all.
that, looking
Except
back
this
now,
one.
has a way too long title. That's why I will probably refer to it as just Owlsgard from now on. Well,
Okay, let's toggle that mode off because I don't want to spoil it for you. And, like, I don't really want to be a dick. But just know that the creator, agrees that, maybe it should have just been Owlsgard. But this is a great game. I beat it, a week ago or so. It's really good. Sorry, I'm really congested. It feels like I'm gonna puke any second. So let's start the game. And we could do classic mode or modern mode. Now basically, modern mode just makes it a bit more forgiving. I played this on classic mode and it wasn't that hard. So let's do classic mode. Granted, I mean, I kind of had to use like a video walkthrough at some points. Ignore that notification sound.
Our sacred library! It's on fire! All our knowledge lost! Who could have done such a thing?
We tried everything to extinguish those flames. Now we're all doomed.
The ancient scrolls may be destroyed, but still no misfortune will befall us animals. Not tomorrow, and not in 1 year. But the day will come when the survival of all will depend on these irretrievable writings.
Are we there yet? I'm so tired. Pull yourself together. What is it now? My wool feels so heavy today. Oh man, can't you stop whining for 1 second? I think you've stepped in something there. There are antlers peeping out of your wool. Whoa! A roebuck in my wool?
Greetings! May I introduce myself? I'm Finn, and I must say, you sheep are a wonderful means of transportation.
So I was carrying you through the entire forest all this time?
Oh, don't worry. We'll put you where you belong.
Thank you. That's not necessary. I'm almost where I want to be. Have a great day, you two cuties! Oh, by the way, I'm just on my way to the Valley of Hill. We deer are preparing for our annual Club Moss Festival. Would you like to come along?
Go fry an egg, roebuck boy!
Oh, too bad. See you around! The valley still looks just like it did back then. Time seems to have stood still here while I was away. By the little forest down in the valley live my parents. How often I used to skip along this well-trodden path. It has become a little wider. Just this turn, and I'll be at my parents' home. Oh, I can hardly wait to see them again after all these years. They'll be making eyes for sure. parents' home. It's completely destroyed. Hello? No trace of my family. Oh no, something bad has happened here. Strange footprints. Something's coming closer. I better hide. It's gone again. What in Hippo's name was that? These tracks must belong to one of those creatures. Surely they lead me to where my family was taken. I must find them.
All right. The game begins. I click the mouse. Yep, this is an adventure game. Okay. Cancel, shut up. No, ooh. No, ooh. Okay, I'm an idiot. I am an absolute idiot. That was not supposed to happen. I'm kind of an idiot like that sometimes. No, I don't want... Yeah, okay. So, this is a game. It's a point-and-click game. One of those point-and-click games. Where you have, like, a verb thing and stuff.
I guess you have to be a real adrenaline junkie to grow that close to that cliff. I have always had an ambivalent relationship to this bully of a tree. He has simply spread his roots across the path and made me stumble countless times. I'd probably love to lie among the rocks, if I were moss. Something must have happened here. The soil is still fresh.
Can't look at ourselves, because of course.
I'm not a bull.
Can't push the trees, can't push
Too
the
big and
rocks.
too heavy. Well, trees may look a bit like broccoli, but I can tell you, they are much bigger.
Wow.
Well,
Pull the
I'm
trees.
not a bull. As a fawn, I've climbed up there quite often. Except for a few grumpy woodpeckers, there was nothing there. As a
Is this
fawn,
tree?
except for a few nimble finches, there was nothing there.
Oh, it's different.
No. This brave guy has already held countless clotheslines. This place already looks bad enough, even without a fallen tree. This sight breaks my heart. Nothing in there resembles the former furniture anymore. The beams, the stones of the fireplace, the tables, everything is lying around in there in a gigantic hullabaloo. This cruel thing didn't even stop at Mother's precious porcelain shields!
That is sad.
To go inside would be life-threatening.
Doesn't look that life-threatening.
She was just as tiny as me when I was a fawn. I'll pass. She stings.
He or she. It sounds like he said she.
Something must have happened. The soil is... I'll take some soil from the footprints. The last gold coin that's left from the trip here. Poor me. I took it from the footprints near the forest edge.
So it's over here.
Hey,
that
little
fish.
buddy. Oh, come on. No need to be rude. Ever since I can remember, this swamp has been as thick as spinach, where you never know what's crawling in it.
I'm sorry if it's been a while since I
It
last
definitely hasn't
streamed.
gotten any smaller over the last few years. There seems to be a small hole between the roots.
But I kind of lacked motivation, you know? Yeah, I lacked motivation.
The entrance to the Forbidden Forest of the Wolves. My father used to go crazy if I dared to explore the area beyond this gate. Ever since I can remember, this swamp has been as thick as spinach, where you never know what's crawling in it. A tiny hole, which leads to the other side of the tree. It definitely hasn't gotten any smaller over the last few years. There seems to be a small hole between the roots.
Yep. Oops. Oh, he went there.
The old trees are sunning themselves a bit over there. These rocks here like to lie around lazily in the shade.
Anyone
These rocks
still
here
here?
like to lie around lazily in the shade.
I don't have to go insane.
What would I want to do with that heavy thing? I don't need to climb up there. The blind worms like to sun themselves amidst the branches. The old trees are sunning themselves a bit over there. They're already much too old and not suitable for climbing. I'm not a...
Of course you're not.
But that would scare those poor trees.
Really. Alright, let's go here.
The dreaded Forest of the Wolves. The part of this forest where the entire wolf population has been brought to. Strange. The door has been unlocked.
Hello, Lord Rallius. And, Headless. Uh-oh. You have to save.
Something tells me these guys didn't end up here by choice. The trees don't look too friendly in this part of the forest. Something tells... Thank you. I'll pass.
Okay, so he doesn't want to pick up a bone.
This is not a good place to go climbing. The wolves could be hiding anywhere. The cold, impassable rocks surround the entire wolf territory. The cold, impassable rocks surround the entire wolf territory. Typical wolf architecture. Even though I used to sneak around here a lot as a kid, I never dared go near the houses.
Well, let's go near the houses.
What? No! Wait!
Oops. Well, we died. Game over. That's a short game. But yeah, what we're supposed to do is not bother with this anymore.
Footprints disappear from here on.
Let's go into town. Maybe they'll have solutions.
I haven't wandered through those gates in ages. Why is there a crowd gathering?
Behold, the king's ambassador is nearing.
Dear townsfolk, I, as the ambassador of our king, bring you good news in these dark days.
Oh.
Ah,
As we all observed in horror, the wolves have returned to our territory. A terrible incident that we have been trying to prevent since the establishment of the Wolf District. But this wave of destruction and kidnapping of helpless fellow animals will come to an end. The king has come up with a plan to make the Wolf District escape-proof in the future. Tomorrow, he will arrive here and let this plan be put into action.
Finally, this nightmare has come to an end.
This was the good news I was told. I will now rest at the inn and then visit the neighboring towns.
Hooray for the king!
The wolves are responsible for this?
Huh.
They must have seen many generations. What a turmoil up there. I wonder who might live there. What a It provides cool refreshment for the animals on hot days. If only the sparrows wouldn't leave their business in there.
Ew.
Someone left a thing there on the brim. A piece of soap.
Let's get a drink from there.
A subtle aftertaste of soap. They must have seen many generations.
Let's taste it.
Refreshing. Fancy jewelry and all sorts of shiny things in the Valley of the Magpies nearby. While I have no interest in these things, the magpies are not averse to gossip, as I know. Maybe they have seen something.
Huh. Now we can go there.
There doesn't seem to be room for too many goods inside the small stand. Ferrets are known to hoard and sell all sorts of junk.
Huh.
Still looks the same as back in the day. Makes me feel almost nostalgic.
Yep, soap.
I took it from the footprints near the forest edge.
Love soap. So nostalgic.
Good
Doesn't
day.
change.
Greetings! What you see in front of you is my small but fine general merchandise stand.
Can you tell me what's going on here?
That's not hard to see, is it? The wolves are on the loose. Total state of emergency.
Do you think that the wolves are behind all this?
Well, I have to say that I don't really know much about the wolves, but they are pretty bad guys with bad manners and certainly get angry easily. I think I'd like them a little better if they'd buy a few stress balls from me now and then instead of wreaking such a havoc here.
My family has also been a victim of these attacks.
What? For Hippo's sake, how terrible! Can you be helped in any way? Are you injured?
No, I was too late and only saw what was left of our home.
Oh, maybe you need an extra cuddly soft handkerchief to dry your tears with? By the way, 2 packs are now available for the price of 1.
Thank you. I'll pass.
As soon as the king arrives here with his troops, these wolves will be brought to justice. I'm sure that your family will then return safely.
I wonder if the king is really going to get a handle on things here.
Sure, let them go ahead and heighten the walls around the wolves' area. On the other hand, the situation is actually not so bad for myself. The more animals remain in the city, the more interested eyes glance over my my goods.
Oh.
Subject change. What do you have to offer?
I knew you'd ask. Look and be amazed. Here we have... Wait, what do I actually have here? A half-finished mended sock, an old toothbrush, a green heap with various mushroom crops on it. This was the chocolate croissant from the previous year. Here we have something. These unspeakably fashionable knitted scarves, and of course, the one thing that everyone has a burning desire for. Torches. I came up with that joke myself.
Ugh. I expected a bit more.
At least I offer quality. When will you find scarves as warm as these?
It's high summer. I
Get
like
the
the scarf. To barely escape heat stroke at 1,000 degrees is my passion.
I knew it. Only 5 gold coins.
I'm afraid I don't have that much in my gapingly empty purse.
Too bad.
That torch seems useful.
I knew just by looking at you that you would choose this
Yeah.
high-quality torch. Only 2 silver coins.
Great, I've got that much.
It is yours. Something to light the fire is included.
Yay.
Are you just taking your trash outside, or are you really selling this?
Don't say anything against my trash. Sometimes it sells like hotcakes with the rats.
I'll be on my way.
Cheer up, buddy. I promise, things will brighten up soon.
Hopefully. Let's push that stand.
Hey, stop that!
The townspeople love their little fountain. I'm sure they won't like it if I just push it somewhere else.
What if I pull it somewhere else?
Townspeople love their little fountain. I'm sure they don't like it when I just pull it somewhere else.
Open it.
The fountain already has an opening, and it's full of water.
Does it have a
I
closing?
can't close it. I can't open it. Firmly attached to the wall. The fountain already has an opening. The merchant gave me some matches to light it.
That's cool.
Not bad. This nice rhythm helps me to not go completely crazy right now. Otherwise, my state of mind feels more similar to a mosh pit. Isn't that one of those bands? Paw Jam or something? Or maybe that's Silver Bear. Could also be the Smashing Puppies.
Oh my god.
Maybe the Screaming Eels after all. Wait, that's Jays of the New! Or a Lizard in Chains? I got it! The Stone Temple Peacocks! However, they also sound a bit like 9 Inch Whales, but that's almost a different genre. There was also Sharky Playground. Now it reminds me more of King's Axolot. Come on, it's the guys from Owlsgard. But actually, it could still be Paw Jam. Or maybe that's Silver Bear. Could also be the Smashing Puppies.
Okay, that's enough.
Tasty!
Let's pick up some.
Hey, slow down, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I don't need your mead.
Oi, that meat is mine.
Oh, sorry, Master Beaver. Actually, I don't need your mead.
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you anything about this.
Best character.
Hey, can I interrupt you?
Go ahead, go ahead.
How was work?
I'll tell you, it's extremely occupying. Leisure time is increasingly becoming a foreign word to me, but it fills me with the deepest pride to be the most important stork with the biggest beak in the land. What sound, other than the one of my voice, would be better suited to instantly reach the ears of every animal?
Your voice is really beautiful.
I beg of you, do not exaggerate with these words of praise.
How will the king proceed with his plan?
Oh, our great king has come up with a whole lot of great things. I was informed that the rock walls around the wolves area will be raised, by several meters to be exact. These walls will be guarded around the clock by a specially trained fighting force of merciless gray squirrels. Traps will be set and watchtowers will be built. In addition, the entrance gates to that area will be secured by 50 separate locking mechanisms.
What kind of traps are we talking about?
Currently, Hundreds of singing bard parrots are being trained to reach certain pitches that are absolutely unbearable for wolf ears. These parrots will then be placed at strategically selected points in the forest, where they will sing like there's no tomorrow. If this tactic doesn't work, we'll resort to harsher measures.
Wait a minute. You don't mean...
Yes, I do! The most beautiful poker hits from all over Velahill.
But this method was only used for war purposes.
Indeed, but great dangers require drastic measures.
Honestly, it sounds absolutely awful. Is there another way to handle this?
You are absolutely right. I myself am downright appalled by the king's decision.
Oh?
The measures should be much more drastic. Our king is too kind with those ruffians. If I were in charge, I would take all the actions to give the wolves the good old-fashioned beating they deserve. Then there would finally be peace.
Ah, I see. Change the subject, please. Why would the wolves attack us again?
I beg your pardon? What a question! They are wolves, after all.
But there have been no attacks for a long time.
Those ruffians are simply unpredictable.
I don't know if this is the right approach. Did you see a deer family on the way?
I am so sorry, but no.
Didn't you perhaps notice something after all? It's 2 deer anywhere?
As you may have been able to tell, my head is almost bursting with instructions from the king. Thus, I am simply not able to help you look for your parents. Phew! As you can see, it is downright exhausting to be as important as me.
I gotta go.
Trust in the king.
Nice! Wonder how much mead was spilled on it throughout the years.
Alright, open that damn
I guess
cabinet.
this is where they keep costumes for all the festivities. I like green. I'll put it on. I like my usual shirt better. That being said, this thing doesn't do me any good here.
I am glad for you that you are able to enjoy such foolish pastimes. Unfortunately, I myself am too busy to devote my time to unproductive distractions of this kind. What do you think you are doing? You don't bribe the king's ambassador. A truly magnificent piece of dirt you have there. Dirt of this beauty can only be found in the realm of our noble king. I would have loved to hand that to the inhabitants of the pig village I recently passed through. Those animals pride themselves on the horrifying smell coming from inside their homes. Ugh! I can think of much more useful things to do than studying your strange torch.
I love how it's just animal sounds in the background.
Let's see if it fits. A bit too big and not really my taste either. All that aside, it doesn't do me any good here. Then I'll squeeze into this thing against my will. Ouch! Spikes sting like crazy! Not only that, it also makes me look like a complete idiot. Let's get it off. It doesn't help me here. It may look incredibly uncomfortable, but it's also unspeakably ugly. The spikes also sting like crazy.
Oh yeah, we didn't look at the red one.
A bit too big and not really my taste either.
Oh. What does he think about it?
I am
talk to the band.
Woohoo! Yeah! Awesome! I
Yeah.
hope that's how you do it nowadays. They'd rather listen to the music than my voice. Nice to see animals still going to concerts in this age of house music.
Huh.
Hello there!
Greetings, my friend.
The music's alright, isn't it?
Yes, it's quite nice. But it's also kind of mainstream. The songs are catchy, but the chord progressions are a bit predictable and quite overused nowadays. They only use power chords in every song. I like it a bit more alternative.
Tell me more.
I know a hedgehog band that is totally my jam!
Oh, hedgehogs. I heard that the noise of their spikes scratching on their instruments is almost unbearable live.
Yes, but they do that on purpose, and it's called a stylistic element. Sometimes the scratching gets so loud that you can't even hear the rest of the instruments. And often, the amount of scratching even reaches more than 200 scratches per minute.
I think I heard something about that once. My great-grandfather couldn't stand that style of music at all. He liked more melodic choruses with punchy deer roar.
I believe you. Older folks can't stand music like this. But every genre has to evolve at some point, doesn't it? Where would we be if we only rehashed the old stuff?
Well, I'm more of a nostalgic person. I don't mind that so much.
Oh, and by the way, let me tell you about this. Groups of howler monkeys and pistol shrimps are currently forming new bands a few towns from here. And it sounds so rad! The hottest dung ever, according to some connoisseur circles.
Rad. I'll remember that.
Okay, just so you know, like, instead of saying shit, they say dung. So whenever they say dung, just remember they're using that in place of shit.
I had a band once too. Me on the lute, a peacock on the vocals, and a giant hamster on the drums. But soon that hamster had crammed so much junk into the rehearsal room that we had no space left to practice. Occasionally, even pieces of our equipment had disappeared into his cheeks. One day, it was clear to us. We had to kick him out.
That sucks.
To move on to another topic. What do you think of the wolves?
What? Wolves? Where? Help!
Easy! I just wanted to ask.
Please, don't scare me like that.
I can tell you don't seem to trust them very much.
It took me 2 days to gather the courage to go outside again. Like any smart hedgehog, I had holed up in my house and lain in the corner of my room, curled up into a spiky ball. After all, the wolves could be anywhere.
Oh, come on.
Also, this morning, I heard something scratch at my window. I immediately knew that this could only be the terrible claws of a wolf.
Oh no! Did you get help?
It was just a branch, but my hedgehog sense tells me that next time, it may be a wolf. It wouldn't surprise me if those guys are walking around the houses at this very moment to seek out their next meal among us. As soon as the concert is over, I will immediately hole up in my house again. It's way too dangerous out here.
Just checking my email for a second.
You seem awfully scared of them.
Of course! Hasn't anyone ever told you those old stories about them? Terrible stories about what those guys do to their victims? How they show no mercy once they get you? How their teeth shatter every bone of their victim into millions of bloody pieces just by touching them? How they grab your neck and wring it as if it's an old washcloth?
Apparently not the R-rated versions.
Those are much worse.
Do you think that the wolves are behind all this?
What do you mean by that? What other animal could create such havoc?
That's a very, very good question.
Okay, listen. I appreciate someone like you who thinks ahead and looks for other causes. But listen to me. My great-great-grandmother taught me one thing. When there is destruction and death, only the wolves can be behind it. And in that case, we have no choice but to act immediately.
enough of this. Will the king make it all right?
You bet. I have complete confidence in him. If he deals with the wolves just as thoughtfully as his father did, everything will soon be back on track. The bards will surely dedicate many songs to our king afterwards. But hopefully not mainstreamy stuff like that over there. There should be more semitone scales.
Huh.
Have you seen a deer family?
I'm sorry, dude, but I haven't.
Oh
It
no.
was those darn wolves again, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
It seems like more animals are disappearing by the hour. We can only hope things will be resolved when the king intervenes.
I'll be on my way.
Stay vigilant.
Hedgehogs. A nightmare during every pogo. He looks exhausted. Nice! He seems to be suppressing his fear quite well. The mead certainly does the trick.
I've had mead once,
So,
it's
does the
alright.
mead taste good?
It at least makes everything a bit more bearable.
Huh, you seem quite exuberant.
Let's just say I'm slowly coming to terms with the current situation. For now. And by the way, this isn't my first mead either. Want me to buy you one?
Thanks, but I need a clear head right now. The music is quite nice, isn't it?
I'm really glad that, despite everything, a certain normality is still being retained here. And to be honest, I'm only here to throw my legs back and forth. You know, to shake off all the overwhelming anxiety. But I'm already dreading the moment when the music is over and the worrying starts again.
Can you tell me what's going on right now?
I wish I could. At the moment, I feel reminded of those long-gone times that my great-great-grandfather used to tell me about. Those dangerous times when the wolves still lived and hunted freely among us. It was a real blessing for us that the wolves were eventually driven back into their closed-off territory.
So you don't seem to be too fond of the wolves either.
When I was little, I was downright obsessed with the culture and lifestyle of the wolves. I pestered my great-grandfather with countless questions, and he could answer each of them with a true horror story. One thing he told me is that any form of art is completely unknown to wolves. Not a single pencil or brush could ever be held by one of their massive paws, solely because they are only shaped for grabbing and crushing our necks.
Sounds unpleasant.
The only thing they'd ever call art are the deep red blood puddles that their victims leave on the ground.
That must have spoiled your curiosity, huh?
Pretty much. Actually, I'd like to visit the wolves area one day and be convinced of the opposite. But surely there's a reason why these old stories exist.
Do you think the king can handle this?
Oh, you know, I can't really form an opinion on that. Regarding the tension with the wolves, the royal family has only been doing, let's say, damage control in the last few centuries. Sometimes I wonder if diplomatic negotiations with the wolves might be possible, but the wolves seem to be nasty, unpredictable guys, and that's why such a proposal would certainly cause an outcry among many animals.
My family is missing.
Oh no, how awful! What happened?
They came from my parents' house. Everyone is gone.
At the moment, no one is really safe anymore.
Did you happen to see two deer? About my size, a little older, graying fur?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but no. But I'll keep all of my paws crossed that nothing bad has happened to them.
To move on to another topic.
To move on to another topic.
It was
Goodbye.
nice chatting. I gotta go.
It's best to stay in town until things get back to normal.
Morning.
I wish you an absolutely tremendous morning, my friend from the forest.
Well, it could be better. Strange things are going on here.
All right, you can feel on your whole body just how tense the mood here is right now. Even my fleas are hopping around much more nervously than usual. Ouch! That was Olga. That old cow is the worst of the bunch right now.
What do you think of the king's plans?
Our king is a good man who has always impressed me. I'm sure he will somehow straighten out the situation with the wolves. After all, his father, great-grandfather, and great-great-grandfather managed to do this as well.
Do you think that the wolves are behind all this?
I must admit that I've met a wolf only twice in my life. Consequently, I can only comment on them to a limited extent from my own experience. But I think that the old stories about their cruelty already speak for themselves. However, their approach is really peculiar. Yesterday, when I went into the woods to my old favorite pasture to do some business, I found there, to my horror, only a broken tree stump with strange metal parts sticking out of it. I could only express my deep sorrow for this with the loudest, most heart-wrenching yelp that I ever made in my dog's life. How could the wolves do such a thing? And above all, what do they want to achieve with it?
Have you seen two deer? My parents disappeared without a trace during one of these alleged attacks.
That's terrible. Unfortunately, I have seen nothing. But I will keep my eyes, ears, and especially my nostrils open.
Let's talk about something else. What can I buy here?
For just one gold coin, I can pick up any trail for you. Bring me something whose smell I can sniff, and bada boom, bada woof, I'll pick up the scent and find whatever it is you're looking for.
What's that supposed to be useful for?
What? Do you not like my offer?
Oh, no, I just meant... Hey, no puppy eyes! Stop it!
All right.
Smell you later.
I have an open nostril for you at all times. But better stay in town. You never know.
All right.
I don't think anyone will get far with this boat. The wood is brittle from back to front, and it all reminds me more of Swiss cheese than a watercraft. I would sink immediately. An enormous pile of rocks and dirt. It's certainly not lying around here by accident. Bullock the ferryman lives here. It supports the entire front side of the hut. When I was little, I often sat here and looked out to the ocean. Wait a minute. Pretty! There's a little shell!
Hey!
Back in the day, I often went into the water here. There's no time for that now.
Oh, he's not gonna drink it.
Greetings!
Shush! I am a rock.
Oh my god.
A rock? You don't look like that.
No, you don't understand. That's my strategy.
Huh?
I've been trying to get my hands on one of these glowing bugs for 3 days now. But these little animals are so terribly shy. If I stay here long enough and don't move, they might think that I am a rock. As soon as one of the bugs crawls on me, I strike.
Oh, great! Did it work already?
Unfortunately not. But my time will come. Maybe even tomorrow. Or the day after tomorrow. Or the day after.
You'll achieve great things one day, my friend.
We're positive.
Can you tell me what's going on here?
The animals in the town are making a huge fuss. Everyone is running around all panicky because of some weird mass hysteria. The wolves are on the move again, they say. The evil wolves destroy our trees and houses, they say. But I say, calm down, everybody. Oh, my goodness.
Do you know anything about the wolves?
In Hippo's name. Come on. Wolves here, wolves there, wolves everywhere. I just can't can't carry this any longer. Not even a single hen I know is chickening up as much as the townsfolk. To be honest, I myself couldn't care less about the wolves. I've never even seen one, and that's a good thing. Ever thought that maybe the king himself is behind all these incidents?
Oh my god, a conspiracy.
Is this going to be an excursion into creepy conspiracy
Oh.
theories?
There are so many things that we do not know.
Spin your body.
Educate yourself a bit. But not only with officially approved scrolls. Those in power would have enough reasons to make us more docile with an artificial mass hysteria. And how do I know the king isn't perhaps a world-destroying, floating tuna cream monster? After all, I myself have not yet seen him with my own eyes.
Come on, you don't believe that yourself.
Well, admittedly, some theories I heard really do sound a bit nonsensical. Secret sparrow organizations in hidden forest areas collect information about all of us. Bards send subliminal messages when you let them sing their lyrics backwards. And I once heard that our world is supposed to be round. Just imagine this nonsense.
Damn globe heads.
This is not my area of expertise. Did 2 deer pass by here by chance?
I have seen nothing. Why?
My parents disappeared recently. Something bad has happened.
Oh, I'll keep my eyes open for you, all right?
Wouldn't you
That's a
rather
joke,
go
by the
somewhere
way.
safe?
Why should I? Then I would be doing exactly what those who are behind all this want.
Let's talk about other things. Well, has anything happened yet?
I think this one bug has already moved an inch in my direction. Oh, soon the time will come.
Can I have your jar?
I'm sorry, but that jar is extremely important to me.
I'm leaving.
All right, but be a little quieter.
What strange little creatures. I think they're very rare. These beetles make every firefly green with envy. Someone must have lived here a long time ago and left all his clutter here.
Eh?
Get on the torch, little bug.
Nah.
He looks unimpressed. If he climbed on the torch, I'd have some kind of lantern with the beetle as the light.
Let's visit the ferryman.
Hello.
What's that noise? Get off my ship, boy. And please, take your weird twin over there with you.
Oh no, he's drunk.
I'm Finn. You're the ferryman here, right?
That's right. I am Bolek. Bolek the ferryman. A seal of action and adventure at sea.
That's great. How much is a ride?
Oh, slow down, kid. Let me think a sec. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. My ferry service is closed for an indefinite amount of time. The sea is too unpredictable at the moment, even for a more than competent sea dog like me.
But neither you nor your boat looks like that.
What do you mean?
Your boat's all messed up and stuck in the sand. Probably as deep as you looked into your meat glass.
You're right. But trust me, I know the surrounding seas as thoroughly as my midriff bulge. However, at the moment, things are looking pretty bleak around here. What else can I do but get drunk like there's no tomorrow?
Let's talk about something else. Huh? What ship?
You're cracking me up, kid. Can't you smell the salty air of the high seas as it passes through the walls of my faithful SS Wormdite?
You're in your hut!
What? How? Wait, you're right. Oh, this mischievous old sea always manages to trick me. But then, this terrible swaying must be caused by something else. It must be the mattress. Oh, if I get my fins on the rascal who sold me this cursed mattress here.
What are you talking about?
Can't you see how mercilessly it spins and rocks this poor old sailor around?
Oh no, here we go again.
What's the sea like out there?
Let me tell you something, my boy. No one sees the seas like I do.
I'll take your word for that.
And I can tell you that from here, the sea actually seems very calm right now. Perfect conditions to transport a few paying travelers from one nearby island to another. Currently, however, there are other problems keeping customers away from me.
Oh?
You won't
What
roast
happened?
him?
At the
You won't
moment,
grill him?
rumors of mysterious sightings are going around. Not only on dry land, where you landlubbers are, but also at sea. An old drinking friend of mine recently disappeared without a trace while he was sailing out there.
Really? That's terrible.
His boat must have been adrift without him for a while before it was finally found on a nearby shore. People also reported seeing strange shadows here and there under the surface of the water. I'll tell you what, my boy. Those are definitely not schools of herring.
Oh no, this sounds similar to what must have happened to my parents. When I was at their house this morning, they seem to have dropped off the face of the earth as well. The house still resembles a field of rubble. We have to stick together. Something terrible is going on here right now. Has there been any sign of life from your buddy? Maybe there is hope for all those who have disappeared. Hello?
Hey, wake up.
Herrings. Wait, where was I? I'm telling you, I'd like to get to the bottom of this. As soon as I have a repaired boat, or better yet, repair tools, or money with which I could buy such tools, or customers which would give me some money in the first place. It's driving me up the wall, darn it.
Do you have any guesses as to what the threat is?
Many animals suspect the wolves, but I think
Damn
the
wolves.
shadows under the water's surface say otherwise. Unless the wolves have recently acquired submarines.
Enough of this. The subject is making me cranky. You must have some great sea dog stories.
Sure. Let me tell you the story that makes even the most hardened sailors tremble to this day.
Great! Tell me!
About 30 years ago, I signed up for a journey on board the SS Rubber Duck. We were a small crew in search of an ancient treasure chest hidden somewhere in an unmapped area of the sea. One day, we came across an island in said area. Thinking that nothing could go wrong, we went ashore. However, since the day we started planning the journey, sailors began warning us about the ominous bleating that is said to be heard there occasionally. We also heard it when we went ashore. Bah, bah, a harbinger of great danger, they said. We ignored it, and after a few hours, we found said treasure chest in a hidden cave. When we returned to our ship, we suddenly recognized the disaster we had gotten ourselves into. Thousands of giant sheep with soaked wool waited for us on the shore. The sea level was at least 5 meters lower than usual, and the keel of the ship was on dry land. There was no doubt that these sheep were the legendary sponge sheep.
Seriously?
Until then, we thought it was just a fairy tale told by sailors during long nights in the tavern. But here, they turned out to be a horrifying reality. These cursed sheep were able to soak up large parts of the ocean with their wool. How else do you think the tides are created?
What unbelievable nonsense!
Quiet. Those beasts threatened to send their biggest sheep with the thickest and most plentiful wool into the water as well if we didn't leave the treasure on the island. To prevent an ecological disaster, we obeyed their order and made a run for it. To this day, every one of my crewmates is haunted by terrible nightmares in which the sponge sheep return and simply drain the water from under the ship's keel.
Nice story, but you need to work on the plot structure and character development. I gotta go.
Stay safe, kid. These are stormy times.
This is probably the most valuable piece of the Spartan interior.
Let's steal from him.
Only sailor's junk.
Oh, come on. I guarantee you there's something useful in there.
Locked, but that's fine with me. I can see the entire coast from here. What a beautiful picture! A lush meadow lying in the shadow of gigantic gray mountains. Wait a minute, these aren't mountains! This is Boleg's family portrait!
Oh no. You farted.
I can see a source of warmth on cold winter days. Besides ashes, I won't find anything in there. To do that, I first have... The busy guard walks back and forth. I wonder how many shiny things have already disappeared into these little houses.
Alright, let's climb the cliff.
Good day, dear Magpie.
I am only on guard duty here. If you have something important to say to our dear Queen Elena, ring the bell and let your voice be heard.
What is the guard duty like?
Oh, please spare me your chatter.
All right. What is the guard duty like?
Oh, please spare me your chatter.
All right.
Just had to do that again.
Rather loud speaking tube. Can I have it?
No, never.
This thing could prove to be quite useful.
Doing that would endanger my job as a guard. You can get that idea out of your head.
Can I exchange the speaking tube for something? Anything fancy you might like?
No.
Ha-ha! You considered it for a moment.
No, not at all.
I won't bother you any further.
Thank you.
You announce your presence with it.
A stranger wishes to be granted an audience.
1 moment, please.
Huh.
Who dares to disturb me? Ooh, now that's one handsome visitor. I don't see you deer around here very often.
Oh, stop. This always makes me blush.
We should meet for coffee and grains sometime.
Oh, God.
Your treat, of course.
To be honest, that's not why I'm here.
Aw, what a pity! Then surely you want to see all the shining riches we magpies have piled up.
No, not that either.
Oh, what?
How dare you!
What could possibly be more important than these wonderful treasures?
What's the situation here?
We magpies cannot complain at all, honestly. I don't understand why the town animals are making such a fuss at the moment. You can see by looking at us that nothing bad will happen to you if you just keep quiet and stay calm. But the town animals have always been like that. They should count their gold coins more often. It always calms the nerves.
Something bad has happened to my family.
A little more specific, please.
My parents have disappeared without a trace, and I'm looking for them everywhere. Have you magpies seen anything?
We have certainly noticed that quite a few animals have been kidnapped recently. I hate to cause frown lines on your handsome face, but unfortunately we didn't see anything.
Do you have any guesses?
Well, rumor has it that the wolves may have something to do with it. But let's be honest, it has become quite popular to declare wolves as scapegoats for every disaster. The wolves may be a peculiar pack.
A quite uneducated and illiterate bunch.
Shut up over there! But I must say,
that in all these years, we magpies have never had any conflicts with them. In fact, I would say that something else is going on here, but I have not dealt with it in more detail. I have other things to do. After all, my magnificent gold coins don't polish themselves.
I wonder if you could help me.
You are really going out on a limb there.
I must apologize. I have a lot to do right now. Around this time of day, I'm usually busy feasting my eyes on those shiny, shiny treasures.
You're kidding, right?
Are you sure you don't want to take a look yourself? The sparkle of our jewelry is sure to take your mind off things until your parents return.
What did I actually expect here? Let's talk about something nicer. Could I borrow some money here? Surely you've got enough and can lend a poor fellow like me a hand.
Do my ears deceive me?
Excuse me? Do I look like I can just throw money out the window?
All right, I understand.
Everyone must learn to take care of themselves. Even a humble animal like me had to learn early on that, in order to get ahead in life, you need to put in the effort yourself. Imagine that. From an early age, I had to get by with only 1 million gold coins.
Could I borrow some? Surely.
Do my...
Oh, please, just 1 coin.
Cut that begging.
That's right. We don't take kindly to beggars in our lovely kingdom.
All right, I understand.
Everyone, even
Could I surely
do
all right, I
Oh,
understand.
god damn it, you can't grill her.
must learn to take care even
Time is of the essence. I've got to go.
Sure you don't want to take a peek at our glittering treasures after all?
I'll pass. Thank you.
Oh,
That
typical
sound.
forest animal.
It sounded like a sensor
Oh boy,
bleep or something.
these magpies are just the little egocentrics I always thought they were.
Okay.
A seashell. Not interesting at all. Unless there's a pearl inside. So temptingly shiny.
Sorry, I actually need these myself.
Soil, are you serious?
What a beauty!
Oh yeah, we're supposed to open
I really
it.
think it'd be a lot prettier if there was a shiny pearl inside of it. Oh, there's actually one in there! What a coincidence.
What are the goddamn odds?
Hey, look!
Ooh. Now, what is that?
No, nothing at all. Just a darn lovely pearl.
Ooh. Please, show it to me.
Can I have your speaking tube in return?
That is absolutely out of the question.
Really?
1 moment, please. Hello again, you handsome forest dweller.
Time is of the essence. I've got to go.
Sure you don't want to take a peek? And
Of course, my dear queen. Huh? My beloved speaking trumpet is gone! Well, I guess I'll have to continue my guard duty without it then.
Isn't that funny? I didn't really mean to solve the puzzle like that, but I just did.
Ah, here's the speaking tube. I can make quite some noise with this.
Let's do it.
Now is not the time to be vocal.
the neighboring kingdoms would surely fight over our beautiful shells. Outside of Velahill, you usually find only boring rocks on equally boring and barren coasts. Quite a helpful tool for an average citizen who intends to proclaim his words. Unfortunately, not everyone has a powerful voice like mine. A powerful voice that knows how to bring delight to everyone's ears. A voice graceful and smooth, like warm butter that flows around in a gleaming pan.
Yuck!
A thoroughly pretty gem for a petit bourgeois.
So what we're supposed to do is this.
Strange. I smell an intense and very strange note. By all the fleas of my great-grandfather! Usually I'm known for my sense of smell, but I can't place the note.
No problem, but could you pick up the scent of it?
Give me the gold piece, and then follow me.
Shut up, Windows.
The trail leads right to the entrance of the mole mines.
What is this place?
The moles were mining here a few years ago. However, it was never particularly productive here, if I remember correctly. Now, the mine is closed.
So I guess I'll have to go in there.
I don't know if this is such a good idea. You would better come back to town and wait for the king to get a grip on the current situation.
And abandon my family?
Actually, I would like to help you so much. But out here, my knees are shaking with fear.
Go back to town. I'll get to the bottom of this on my own.
All right. I wish you all the luck.
Somebody must have smashed some rocks here a long time ago.
Pick up some stones.
Well, those rocks sure picked a nice place to lie down. I wish I could make this rock hop across the surface of the water like a true expert. This tree looks like a real poser with its red color.
Let's go into the cave. We have a torch. Right. Uh-oh.
I may not have eaten anything this morning, but that was definitely not my stomach.
Oh no.
Phew.
Phew, we're trapped,
Let there
aren't
be
we?
light. Well, thank you very much. There's some draught that thinks it has to blow out every fire.
Well,
I
we
can
still get out.
squeeze through this narrow gap.
Thank God. Or thank Hippo. So, we could use a glowing bug. But the problem is...
Get on the torch, little bug. He looks unimpressed. If he climbed on the torch, I'd have some kind of lantern with the beetle as the light.
Oh well. But what... How do we get a beetle? Well, here's the solution. It's right there.
So that's the reason why these fat beetles feel so comfortable here. They like to snack on the leaves of this plant.
Well, pick up the
The plant
plant.
is rooted deeply into the ground of the cave. I only took some of the sticky leaves. They belong to that plant that those glowing bugs love to snack from. They definitely like the leaves, but I guess I'm still too close to them. The leaves stick to the wood quite nicely. couldn't resist the leaves.
Hey, that doesn't count.
I just like to make things a little easier for myself. It's me again.
Nice, but shush.
I'm leaving.
All right, but be a little quieter.
Alright. Got a light source. Now we can go into the cave.
Let there be light. Ugh, I probably have to go in there. At this spot,
Ugh.
my little buddy still gives off enough light. It's always better to have both hooves free. A weirdly large keyhole is carved into the wall.
Alright,
A heavy iron gate blocks the entrance to this tunnel.
well, use the lever, whatever.
Something tells me this is probably not part of the mole mines anymore.
Uh-oh.
What is that over there? Between all this rock, I can barely make out where it's coming from.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. That is definitely not a wolf! Let's get out of here.
Alright. Let's save.
Get out of this mine, you ugly chunk!
Oh no, you no need to be racist.
You better get out of here before I call for reinforcements! Ha! I can see your knees shaking. I'll come right over and, smack you! I'm serious! Has anyone ever told you how abysmally ugly you are? Hey! Leave my mother out of it!
Oh, he brought the big guns.
I'll be off then. Hey, my good fellow. Listen to me, please.
We're
Surely
gonna
you're
do
just
that
as scared
right now.
of me as I am of you, right? Tell me about yourself. Surely you're not such a bad guy, are you? I'm sure you're frightened in this dark mine, all alone. Where did you come from? Hey, you don't have to be ashamed of it. Do you like pizza? I guess not so much, huh? I like spaghetti myself.
Pizza is canon.
What kind of music do you listen to? Sounds like a rad genre. Very avant-garde, I'm sure. Do you have any friends I should meet? No? Too bad. You're actually a nice guy.
But you insulted our mother.
Let's talk about something else. Just let me pass for a moment, please. Now, was that a yes or a no? My friend, I'm sure we're just having some communication problems. I want to show you that you can trust me. After all, it must be terrible for you if everyone keeps running away at your sight. After much consideration, I'd rather not.
Let's get closer. Wise. Oh, what we're supposed to do is this. Nice shot.
Whoa! That sounded like it hit quite good. This thing will probably not get back on its feet so quickly. Uh-oh, that came from the tunnel. That smash with the iron gate was probably a bit much for this collapse-prone little place. Speak! Where have you taken my family? Well, it was worth a try. What hole did these creatures crawl out of? I think I see some kind of hatch on it.
Let's open that shit up.
Hey, a little hatch can be opened here. Ugh, looks like there are huge dark veins in there. They can even be pulled out. I could pull this one out even further, but that's enough for now.
Alright.
In this place...
What?
In this place, things only open when you turn it.
Oh no.
Now this part of the mine has collapsed too. Now of all times. I guess that's it. I'll never get through these piles of rocks. I could have saved my family. Is there someone? A wolf. Do they have something to do with this after all?
Let's pick up some stones. Alright. Oh, let's drink the swamp water. What?
Nutty.
Ew. Yeah, you can do that in this game.
Then I'll squeeze into this thing against my will. Ouch! Spikes sting like crazy!
Alright. Ah! Oh.
This moron has torn my whole costume! The cold, impassable rocks surround the entire wolf territory. Typical wolf architecture. Even though I used to sneak around here a lot as a kid, I never dared go near the houses.
Let's go in. Probably misunderstood.
I've never been this far into this territory before. Following that shadow was quite a stupid idea. There are voices upstairs.
There were these tunnels, and these weird noises. They sounded like this. Brr, brr. And the light was totally weird too. It was never like that before, and it was just unbelievable.
Now slow down and start from the beginning, Yorick. What did you see?
I've been in the mole mines.
Yes, I've already got that. Now cut to the chase. I can barely understand your ramblings.
Where there was once a mine shaft, you now find steel walls, countless pipes of unknown metals. None of this was created by the moles. I swear, it has begun.
I know that myself, you moron.
Then I guess we'll have to hurry.
Has anyone else seen it?
Well, there was this one deer, but I managed to shake him off.
I overheard the rest of the animals.
By the
They
way,
seem to
that's not
blame
her.
us wolves for the sudden wave of destruction.
How stupid of them. But let them think that. Well, as I already told you, we will set out for the edge of the world this very day. As was to be expected, I was able to round up a brave troop of wolfmen to accompany us.
You've done a wonderful job, my leader, as always.
Silence, moron. If all goes well, We'll be on the edge of the world by evening.
I'm sure it will be worth it, Father.
Once we find what we are looking for there, our centuries-long oppression will finally cease. You two, send word to my troops at the far end of the forest that we'll be leaving shortly.
Of course, Father.
We will.
I know
I'm
that.
still gathering some important
Sorry.
documents in the storeroom.
We better get going.
I know that sounds like Jen Taylor, but it isn't, to my knowledge.
Looks like I'm stuck in here now. And what in Hippo's name were they talking about? Massive.
Whoops.
That's why I'll need the key.
Well, I mean, surely they're just misunderstood.
Intruder, you're done for.
Yikes, this game did not fucking back down. Well, let's not do that.
What are you stinking slackers still doing up here? What the? Well, well, well. We have an intruder. I thought you dear knew how we deal with uninvited guests around here.
Well, unfortunately, that's not gonna work.
Littered with food scraps and dust fluff as thick as my hoof. Why does that bust have to look so grim? As if a place like this didn't give you enough bad vibes already. Why does that bust have to look so grim? That symbol on the banners. I remember it from numerous history lessons in school. It has been associated with pure evil. Two uniformed wolves looking the viewer triumphantly in the eye. In the background, you can see several weapons stuck in the grass, which are meant to convey to the viewer that, oh, I don't feel like doing any fancy schmancy art analysis. It's about wolf stuff. And war stuff. Perhaps the leader of the wolves in his younger days. His gaze is communicating, I'm the alpha male. Or he's simply bored. A landscape painting showing a place from the surrounding wolf territory. I like the clear, high-contrast composition of the picture, as well as the seemingly slight influence of Dadaism in the design of the trees. Typical wolves. I hear wolves talking behind the house. This window would not make a good escape route.
What's this?
Who would have thought? Who knows what this trapdoor was once used for?
Well, obviously I'm smart. Haha. Pick up the key.
What are you stinking slackers still doing up here? What the? Well, well, well. We have an intruder. You thought I'd be stupid enough to fall into that hole? I thought you dear knew how we deal with uninvited guests around here.
Ouch. Well, obviously I'm going to be even more smart and...
What are you stinking slackers still doing up here?
That was quick.
That little fall didn't bother me at all. Your time has come, intruder!
There's a better way. Let's cook him.
Oh man, it's heavy! I can't push it without help. Apparently, even the wolves care about their appearance.
I don't know. Well, so far we can't do anything about him.
It's written in some unknown language.
Well, let's pick that up.
What a strange document. It seems very old. A text in a language unknown to me is on it. Some kind of cage.
Shh! Over here!
Huh?
Quick, open the cage!
Alright.
Before you ask, I'm Gwen. You probably heard of the Owl tribe in the mountains, right? I'm from there.
You really chose the most beautiful place for a trip.
Do I look like I'm here by choice, Smarty Pants? Did you see the wolf with the green cloak? She was the one who brought me here. And I'm pretty sure those darn wolves had something planned for me here.
Certainly wasn't going to be a fun karaoke night with a vegetarian buffet.
Well, duh. What a genius. With which inhabitant of the forest do I have the honor?
Finn.
Then listen, Finn. We've got to get out of here, and as fast as we can. I swear, the wolves are up to something. And it has something to do with those strange machine creatures.
You've seen them too?
I'll tell you more once we've stopped standing around here like idiots.
Okay, let's save. But first...
What are the wolves up to?
They're after something, and it must have something to do with those machine creatures. Also, the wolves seem pretty, well, bitter. Understandable, considering they've been locked away in this part of the forest for centuries.
Do you know anything about these machine creatures?
Not more than you, I'd say. They appeared a few days ago, along with some other odd things. And they've already abducted most of the members of my owl tribe.
How do we get out of here?
Come on! We have to get the key to the front door, buddy. And it would be nice if we don't get caught by the wolves while we're at it.
Say, why don't you just fly out the window?
The wolves had that same thought a little earlier than you. That's why they clipped my wings. Sadly, it'll take a while until I'm able to fly again.
How do we get out of here?
Come on! And it would be nice.
Say.
The wolf, that's sad.
Never mind.
Let's push that cauldron.
Gwen, help me for a sec. I know you may not be the strongest, but...
Strong burb.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something?
No. I'm speechless.
Never underestimate an owl, especially not those with a 7-day-a-week training schedule.
Remember that, folks.
Never mind.
Well, this seems like a very foolproof
From its
plan.
size alone, I would guess it belongs to the front door.
Well, let's see him get cooked.
What are you stinking slackers still doing out here?
Whoops.
You thought the cauldron under the trapdoor would stop me? Forget it.
Poor Gwen. Okay, so that's not gonna work.
Gwen!
Yeah, we already saw that scene.
A few books on the topic of cooking and brewing potions.
Well, maybe something there will help us.
That book up there looks interesting. Oops! A recipe for a strange mixture. You need a certain fruit and water. The fruit's juice, when added, gives the water the qualities of glue that's especially sticky.
Huh.
Oh, some kind of underground garden. Looks a little run down.
Hey!
A rather colorful looking fruit grows in this old garden.
Let's pick that up.
The tree with its branches prevents me from taking the fruit. This old garden seems to have a life of its own. The tendrils point to the little plant, which doesn't look very healthy.
Maybe we should help this garden first.
This corner already starts to crumble. It certainly doesn't take too much to collapse. Doesn't do much. It's leaning against the wall.
Let's pick up that spade.
This corner already starts to crumble. It certainly doesn't take too much to collapse. Seems like it belonged to some kind of game, similar to chess, only bigger.
Bigger and
looks like something can be put in the
simpler.
statue's paws. I don't know much about plants, but I can tell that this specimen is probably not doing too well. Surely because of the darkness in here.
Gee, just look at how lazy some of these wolves must be. They should at least be taking care of their plants.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let's shed some light in here.
And I love how the wolf did not hear any of this, by the way.
A rather what a strange fruit.
Let's eat it.
I know this fruit, but I've forgotten its name. Throughout Bell Hill, it only grows in a few and mostly dark places. It's also said to have miraculous qualities, but be careful, you should not eat them.
All right. Let's make that potion.
Wow, the fruit seems to be having an effect already.
Alright, we made glue. Oh yeah, first things first, we have to make sure to open that trap. God damn it, this sound design is making me scared.
What are you stinking slackers still doing up here?
I'm stuck!
This is our chance. Let's get out of here.
Alright.
I was already convinced that the inside of a wolf's maw might be the last thing I see. Thanks so much, buddy. But, please, no awkward hugs now.
How about you tell me what's going on?
Well, actually, I'm not too sure.
Gwen, listen. Machines invade the land, places change, animals disappear, my family has been taken somewhere, and the Club Moss sandwich fell onto its coated side today. So
Oh,
I
no.
would really appreciate any little bit of information.
Come with me. We're going to the mountains, to the place where I come from. There's something you should see.
I'll be on that mountain faster than you can say lycopods.
Lycopods. Finn? Alright, fine. Let's go into town.
We should go to the mountains first.
Aw. It's going to show the stork what we got.
Wow. What is this place?
I'll explain everything. Well, we owls have had a certain hunch since the machines appeared, and since I seem to be the only owl who is still left since the appearance of the machine creatures, I guess I'll have to tell you myself. Many centuries ago, we owls were in possession of an ancient knowledge. A knowledge of things older than we can imagine. Things and events that date back to the beginnings of our world.
And this place has something to do with it?
That's right. What you see here are the remains of the ancient library of the owls. Since the beginning of time, documents were stored here in which all our knowledge was written down.
Oh, come on, get to the point. What kind of knowledge are we talking about?
Well, there's the rub. We simply don't know that anymore. 500 years ago, there was a great fire. Everything was destroyed.
Is there nothing left?
Nothing that we owls would know of, but there have always been certain rumors.
You won't believe all the stuff I found in there. The other wolves will be jealous for sure.
Yeah, how nice. Good for you. All I found was a pile of these stinking old documents.
That's so typical. Let's go to our camp before the owls notice us. The others are already there with their loot.
I guess there is still some room left in here for this junk. Hey, how about I just throw it away somewhere outside?
Nah, just leave it in a dark corner somewhere. Maybe it can be of use someday.
Well, okay.
Some say that it was an arson committed by the wolves. Bingo! And since our last encounter with those ruffians, I'm more than sure of that.
So you're telling me this document originated here?
So it did. 1,000-year-old document from the Library of the Owls. And I am sure that the wolves are in possession of even more documents.
Yeah, but what does this have to do with our situation?
As I witnessed during my captivity, the wolves developed an interest for these old documents again. Roughly around the same time those machine creatures appeared. They must have found some important information somewhere in those ancient lines. A hint of sorts, leading to something that might bring them immense power. Something that must also be related to the sudden appearance of the machine beings.
Oh boy, now it's getting weird. Could you make out anything on that document?
I had an A+ in Owlish, so here we go. It is the description of a place, far away. I can even translate the name. The Isle of Owlsgard.
I'll be a moose if the wolves won't go there. But I've never heard of this place.
The lands had very different names back in those days. Listen, I have an idea. We've got to get into that old library. Beneath it, there is a room with an ancient map of our world, complete with all the now outdated names. Once we found Owlsgard there, we should leave Bella Hill immediately and follow the wolves. Maybe this is our only chance to put an end to this whole mess.
The name of this place indicates that we have to travel across the sea. I wrote down a few things in my notepad.
All right. How long have we been streaming? Hour and 45 minutes. I think I'll call the stream right here and we'll resume this another day. It's been very fun, guys. Very fun, but it's after midnight, so I should probably start going to bed. Bye. Hold on. See ya.